Hi there. I'm Abraham Lincoln, Detective Inspector of the Heat City Police Department, or HCPD for short. I have come to you all today with a report, straight from the mayor himself. You see, recently, head coach Zachmander of the formerly Pittsburgh Steelers has reportedly gone missing. He was last spotted running his joint, the Lady Luck Gambling Casino. Very popular in town, yes indeed. You see, as you guys know, his luck has been impeccable most of the time. 99% of the time. And most of that has come from the woman herself. Of course, some people like Oscar, like Zachmander, show up to test their luck. Many have failed. And of course, with power like that, there's of course going to be someone who wants it. He was driven out not that long ago. And now, he has fled Heat City. And who knows where he could be now. We have all hands on deck to find him. But after he left, something happened. Someone showed up. He called himself the Hamburglar. One of the greatest villains ever from Mickey D's. Sent to take his place. Hence the Pittsburgh McEunies were born. An evil draft league team in Heat City, looking to take over as its new leader. Quite the ambiguous one this man is. Although I gotta say, I respect the hustle. Now, I'll leave you, yes you, the viewer, I need your help to search for this man. Both the Hamburglar and Zack Attack. I'm expecting a lot from you. Now, you'll excuse me. I'll take this call here from the captain. Yes, Captain? Yes. You've seen him. Good. Where is he? Oh, I know where that is. Yeah? Mm-hmm. Why would he make that his hiding? Odd. Yes, I'll be over shortly. Thank you. Over now. Well, it seems like we have our first lead. But it's not over yet. I'll see you all later. And hopefully, Zack Attack will come back. For now, let's take down this new evil together. I am sensing a great danger brewing. Let's do this thing.
you could stop me. I am your worst nightmare. I am the Hamburglar. The coach of the new and improved Pittsburgh McEunies. You see, a long time ago, I too wanted to be a part of this, but I never had the opportunity. So I drove a little guy out of town, took his place, and his bird, all in one. And now that I have everything he has ever wanted or owned, next thing I need to do is win a league and take over Heat City. And you cannot stop me. And if you dare get in my way, you will be speaking to my bird. Now, for those who dare want to challenge me, you, just like everybody else, will know that you need the buzz. Now, let the games begin. Greetings, villains. It is I, the Hamburglar, and I will be going over my team for Season 7 of the CMM. And my successor was actually in the CMM 2 seasons ago, which was quite interesting to think about, and hopefully I can do better than he did. But for now, let us go over the team. And before I should go on the team, let me talk about the format. I believe it was 110 points to work with. And there's no Terra, and I had to get 9 to 11 Pokemon. And the dock was terrible. Like, actually terrible. So, like, it was like based on like the ZU tier in Pokemon Showdown. So there was like very few limited Pokemon on there on certain types. Anyways. But I still think I came out with one of the better teams. And I want to pick is actually a Pokemon that we had in the SVA. Pokemon that came to every game that we played. A Pokemon that I actually liked and had some success with. Electros. Electros is our round 1 pick this season, which will just tell you how limited the Pokemon were. And honestly, I do not hate this as a round 1 pick. This is an awesome Pokemon. And it's a pretty good user of things like the Assault Vest. It's got very balanced defenses, very balanced offenses, and not to mention, It's got good, like, pivoting moves, like U-turn, Volt Switch. It can, it doesn't have, like, the greatest, way to heal itself, but it does have Giga Drain and Drain Punch, so we should account for that. And it's got very good coverage moves. I mean, look at these. 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 It's, like, it's actually insane. And it's really only a real set on this Coil, but Coil is still a real set. And because of, like, the limited dragons in the format, spoiler alert, I didn't get a dragon type, but this Pokemon does have dragon coverage. God forbid I actually need it. So, that's something, which honestly wouldn't surprise me if I used one of these weeks. There was only, like, 3 good fairy types on the entire board. So, yeah. Now for round 2, speed. I wanted speed, and in this format, there's very few ways to actually get decent speed. So I knew I had to take it immediately. And I ended up getting that speed in the form of Floatzel. It was actually a Pokemon my successor had on his PTL team before he dropped the entire rain strategy. Which, speaking of rain strategy, all weather abilities are banned. Now, manual weather is not banned, but just if I use manual weather, I can't use the rocks, and I really want to use the rocks. So instead, Pokemon send an ability Water Veil, which basically means it's immune to getting burned. It can't get burned, which is pretty cool. Which means I have a Scald switch in, and it's got very decent stats. It's got the same offensive stats that Uni does, with 10 less speed, but I'll still take it. And its coverage is actually pretty good. It doesn't get everything I would like, but it gets most everything that I could use, like pivoting, priority, decent coverage, decent setup, and it's super fast too. So I got a slow pivoter, I got a fast pivoter, I've got a Pokemon that has ice coverage. Like I don't even taunt, one of my favorite moves. And it even has nice stuff for like a meme set too, like Aqua Ring. Like, come on, that's fun. Like, it's only if I do really well though, and I don't know that's gonna happen. It's a stack of really good coaches and really good teams. Anyways, round 3. This round, a lot of the ground types were going. So I knew I needed to get a ground type. But I had to pick 15 out of 16. So I was pretty much on the wheel. So I knew that I could get both something that was good against ground and a ground type relatively well. So what did I get as my ground resistance? Well, I got an Orthworm. And Orthworm has the ability to be immune to ground moves, despite being a steel type, and one of the fattest defensive stats in the format. The only other one they think being like, well, we'll get there. Anyways, it doesn't have the greatest Spadef, but like I can work around that because there aren't that many good special attackers in this format. I mean, just quite a few good ones. I have freaking Electros, as we've seen, but there aren't that many good ones, and that'll be a lot more relevant later. Now, before you all ask, Shedtail is banned, so I won't be going for Shedtail. But, it's another coil Pokemon. It's got ground coverage. We like to see that. We like to see that. This is in this household. It's got hazards. We get the hazard game now. And of course the Iron Defense Body Press sets. We love that. If I went a little crazy, Metal Burst, that's an option. Anyways, I'm having a great time over here. And I cannot wait to use Orthworm. I think Orthworm's going to be a very big part of this team. And yeah, moving on to round 4. And again, I need the ground type, as I mentioned. But I also wanted Spin. And there weren't that many good spinners in this one, and most of the good ones had already been taken. So I settled for Sandslash, who realistically actually is not all that bad. I mean, it's a very good ground type Pokemon for this specific format. And of course, it's got decent moves. It's got you got the ground moves, you got the fighting moves, you got the you got Shadow Claws for some reason. And the Super Fanger if I really want to get cheeky. Poison coverage now, like I got stuff to work with, like more hazards, got spin, like hazard and spin and knockoff were the main reasons I got this thing. And speaking of knockoff, now I know a knockoff user outside of just Electros. So like, I think it's okay. My team isn't Omega weak to ground either. 2 of my Pokemon are ground immune, so but now we need some, as you can see, a lot of this team is kind of starting to slow down a little bit. So we need to not only get some more speed, I would like to get some more support for this squad. Specifically, wish support. So our round 5 will be Leafeon. And of course, same thing with Float Soul, Sandslash, and Leafeon. Both have abilities with manual weather that can do some stuff. Leafeon is definitely the worst one, because why would I want to boost my opponent's fire moves and weaken my own Float Soul? Anyways, but of course, another big bulky physical attacker. Just like Orthworm, just like Sandslash. Of course, we're gonna have to fix that because I'm starting to run out of good special poke options, or just special attackers in general. Because I only have Electros for those. But of course, we got the Wish passing, and so we got another Pokemon that can pivot. And this Pokemon can also set up, like it's not just going to be wish passing, like this thing can set up if it really, really wants to. You can phase as well, and I don't really have that many Pokemon that can phase yet, so that's nice. Another Pokemon that can knock off, or really just another Pokemon that can be super annoying and hard to get rid of, which I like. It might be a grass type. I know it has a lot of weaknesses, but most of them in this league are very difficult to come by. Not all, because like of course everyone's gonna have a grounded poison on their team, but like not all of them are good. Okay. Next Pokemon number 6. On the wheel. And again, I need special attack, special bulk, special whatever I can get. And I ended up settling for a Pokemon that could help patch my speed tiers. Grumpig. Which also gives me thick fat as well, so I have an extra ice and fire resistance. Because ice was starting to cook me with my last 2 Pokemon, as well as like freeze dry on my Floatzel. And while I did have Orthworm can't do it all by itself. So we'll give it a Grumpig to help it out. And of course, it doesn't have like the greatest bulk, but it's got decent special bulk. It's got really good special bulk actually. It's got decent offenses, and it's got an 80 speed tier. So again, we're patching the speed tiers. It gives me my first Pokemon that has fairy coverage, and spoiler alert, only Pokemon with fairy coverage, which is a genuine downside on this team. But I do have some special moves that I can use that I couldn't really use before my other Pokemon. And honestly, Grumpig is a lot of really, really good coverage moves that I didn't even realize I got before. Now, it doesn't get Healing Wish, which is unfortunate. There was Gothitelle on the board, but I already had like 265 speed tiers in a row. So, like, I didn't want to get a third. I eventually did get a third, but that's not shut up. And anyways, it's very difficult to find get good coverage options. Like, it does have phasing though. Like, it does have Thunder Wave. This Pokemon can be support, but it's probably gonna mostly be doing special attacking offensive stuff. It also gets dual screens. If I want this to be a screens Pokemon, it can do that. Encore is decent. It's not the fastest Encore user, but like the option is there. So like, you know, not gonna complain. Okay. Next up. As many of you know, all of my Pokemon so far are single typed. However, I need something, and however, I'm starting to realize something. I'm getting cooked by ghost types. I don't have a ghost resist yet. I need something now. Thankfully, there was a Pokemon left that my successor has used before. So, I decided to see if I could get into his old contacts and get that Pokemon. Honchkrow. And Honchkrow, of course. Oh. There we go. No, what is going on there? And as you guys can see, it's got decent attack offense stats. Speed's a bit lackluster. It's got decent bulk. It's not the craziest bulk in the world, but like it's decent. Like it's there. Of course, it's got 3 very good abilities for this format. That's the main reason why I got it. Not just the Ghost Resist. It was also the abilities too. Super Luck, high crit chance. Moxie, get an attack every time you get a kill. And Insomnia. So a lot of these bug types and grass types have Sleep Powder, which is going to be a very annoying part for my team to deal with, outside of Leafeon, who is obviously immune to powder moves. So that was something. But we got Honchkrow for that. Now, of course, it is a flying type that does not resist fighting, which, again, is going to be a little problematic. But I do, and Grumpig can only take so many hits. So we'll have to figure that out later. But thankfully, the next Pokemon that I get is a Quad Fighting Resist. Is that a real Pokemon? No. But I did need to ground that poison, and webs never hurt anyone. So you got Ariados, who also is pretty similar to Honchkrow in abilities. You just switch out the Moxie for the Swarm. But it does have Sniper, which gives it a high crit chance, and Insomnia, which makes it immune to power moves. Well, really just sleep ones. No, just sleep ones, really. And it's definitely the worst Pokemon on the team so far. But I needed something that could set sticky webs. I needed something that could get rid of Toxic Spikes, maybe get its own up. I didn't even show off Honchkrow's moves. There. Honchkrow moveset. Anyways. Back to Ariados, though. Yeah, he's really just, like, here. If I'm being honest, but he's not, like, all that bad. I mean, Shadow Sneak priority, that is their infestation, that is their knockoff, that is their Baton Pass, the stupid thing can pivot, Honchkrow can pivot. I mean, I have thing, it can pivot, like, I don't know what else you want from me. Like, Foul Play is obviously there, Disable if I want to get really, really cheeky. But it's mostly just going to be a Toxic Spikes remover and Sticky Web setter. Anyways. So now I needed something that, I only had like so many points left. I was starting to get sniped at Pokemon, like, Carping was going, and Crocodile was going, and I was like, I need something now. That could, like, help me. Like, I need a Fire type, I need something, I need a Fighting type. Could I potentially get, like, a Dark Resist, like, or a Fighting Resist, or, like, something, like... Like, whatever, right? Like, just something. So, there we go. For my next pick, I decided to get Torracat, who is most certainly going to be a... It was mostly just going to be an Intimidate, a Violet Holder, and a Fire-type Pokemon. But, like, even still, it's got decent speed. It's got decent stats overall that can make use of that Violet. And look at these moves. Look at these moves. Like, it can Parting Shot, it can U-turn. It's got the Fire moves. It's got... It doesn't really have that many fighting moves, if any at all, but, like, I'm okay with that. Like, I can stomach that. Like, it's got stuff that I can work with, is the point that I'm trying to make. Like, it's got stuff that I can work with. It can be my next bulk up Deathmon. Raw Onion, the Okidogi, and the Kamish, the Terrazaru that came before us. Like, that could always work. And of course, last Pokemon, poor little guy is just here. We got Mienfoo. He's just chilling. He does have Regenerator, though, and he's got U-turn, he's got the Eviolite, and the Finding Pokemon that I could use. course, it got more knockoff, and again, more pivoting, and blah, blah, blah. But in any case, that's the team for this season of the CMM. And personally, guys, I really, really like this team. I do think that I have cooked and that I am going to have a fun time with this team. And yeah, anyways, I will see you all for week 1, which I will be playing later today, but you guys are going to see it until next Saturday. And yeah, I will see you all in the next one. I really hope you guys like this team. I do too. I think I can cook with this team. I do. I really, really do. But yeah, no, I'll see you all in the next one. And yeah, thank you guys so much for sticking with me. And have yourself a glorious day. And yeah, bye for now. But before I go, I will say that my week 1 opponent is Mr. G, who was my first Pokemon opponent in SBA. So it's time for Little Dungeons. So Mr. G, you, just like everybody else, will know that Uni's the buzz.